friends, this video is about new stories format and how to make sure that people actually watch them. If you're new to this channel, my name is Nadia and I talk here about business and self-development, so consider subscribing so you will not miss new videos of mine, which I upload every week. So stories become more and more popular, and we hear about stories first concept more and more, meaning that actually it's much more important to make sure you have stories than posts on your feed. And looks like this tendency is going to even increase in the future, and could be then in the future, like in the next years, that on the feed people will have more like a website, like basic information, important information, and the whole interaction will happen on other formats like stories mainly. And and now you see more and more that people watch stories first and then they go to the feed. I must admit it happened to me also. I used to check the feed first and then sometimes stories, but now it's much more often that I go to stories first. And I'm curious how many people do the same. So let's check how many percent of people check the stories and how many check the feed first. So please leave a comment below so that we can check that out. And why is that so? Well, stories are much more engaging, they are more entertaining, they are more, people want to communicate, they come to social media for communication as well, and that's the reason why the feed doesn't look so appealing anymore. And because it's so appealing, then there are new formats that we can see on stories. Before it was like that people would use stories only for behind the scenes, and now they use it more for actual content, the main content. So let's talk about a few major changes here, major shifts. The first major change is that now people use a lot of text in stories, and people actually read those. And we know it because people interact, people engage, people like go to links, they register for webinars, they buy things, they swipe up and so on. So people read a long text on stories, and before it was not possible. So this is like a major change, one of the major change. And now everything you used to put in posts, like regarding text, you can just put in your stories, and surprisingly people really got used to hold and read them all. The other really major change that now on stories you can put really long videos and people watch them. I mean, you can actually upload up to 10-minute video, like 50 stories on something, and surprisingly people watch a lot of them, like 50-60%. I didn't experiment with so many stories, but I started to put more and more videos, like a series of stories, and I realized that in my case, if there are a few stories, most of people watch till the end, and at least like 80% watch till the end. And this is really surprising. Before it was only like short videos, and now you can really put a few minutes on the stories. And why is that actually good for your account? Well, depending on the watch time and how long the people stay on your account, you get more views. And this way also stories and the feed are related. So the more people watch your stories, the more they go to your feed, and the more views your feed gets. So stories and views and posts are actually very much related this way. So you can attract people also to your feed using stories. So yes, long videos, almost like on YouTube, like 10 minutes video, and people do watch, and people really got used to this new format. They want to get information on Instagram as well, like really going deep into some topics. So try that. And another format that became more and more popular is quizzes in stories. And some of them are already integrated in the stories themselves, so you can like make this true or false quiz, or people have to choose between a few things. Yeah. And this really increases the engagement, the interaction, and more people, get involved with your account, and you get more views. And there are also much more complicated quizzes, like kind of like games, you can, for example, play like a DJ, or so for those more complicated ones, you can hire a specialist who can make it for you. But otherwise, you can use like everyday, the quizzes on Instagram, and this increases your engagement and views. And I honestly didn't use that much of those, uh, except for a few things, and I will probably consider doing it in the future because it's becoming more and more popular. All these methods make a good user experience, and actually the whole Instagram algorithm is made the way that to make the user's experience good. And if you're curious why people are not watching your stories, there can be a few reasons why. First of all, the reason can be is because those people don't engage with you. Because engagement is the main criteria for Instagram. Yes, so if people don't engage with you, Instagram will probably not show your stories to them because they don't seem to be interested in your content. So the more you engage with people and they engage back, the more the probability is that people will see your stories. And the next reason can be why people don't see your stories, and why like Instagram, you think hiding them, in a way is that if you send users to other platforms, meaning if you use too many sponsored posts or too many swipes up and so on, so people go away from Instagram, and of course the algorithm will not really like it too much because Instagram wants people to stay on the platform, to use the platform, because this way Instagram can show you more advertisement, and this is how Instagram makes money, from ads. So the more people stay on the platform, the more Instagram earns money, and they don't want people to be sent to all other platforms all the time. Yeah, from time to time it's okay, but if you're like overdoing this, then really consider overthinking that. I hope you liked this video, and I have a series of videos on Instagram and how to use Instagram for business. I'll put a link below, so make sure you watch those videos as well. And I would also like to hear from you in the comments, like, do you watch stories first or the feed, and also which of the new stories formats I talked about you're gonna use in the future. And please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you next Tuesday. friends, it is more than the majority of people who are watching this channel still didn't subscribe, and I would really like you to take this little time and subscribe to my channel so that you support my channel and I feel more inspired and I feel that you really like the content, and then I would do more of that. Let's keep in touch.